Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. In one of the previous videos, I addressed the important point of how career helps towards financial independence. And if you're able to double your income every 5 years, it's a sure shot way of accelerating that financial independence. In this video, I'll deep dive one of the very core fundamental parts of doubling your income every 5 years, and that is personality. I'll give you certain tips and tricks based on our own experiences of starting our career at the bottom of the corporate ladder and ending our career at a high note at the very top end of the corporate ladder. And these are very basic tips and tricks that you can apply straight after watching this video, and you can see the change into your career in coming days, weeks, and months and years. Before I do that, a quick introduction about myself. My name is Yogi, and my wife Seema and we both achieved financial independence, retired early, and now we create these videos to generate financial awareness, but also help people navigate through their careers. First, it's important to understand that typically generally in any corporate job, most of our peers who we are working with have generally similar levels of skills. If they would have had zero skills, they would have not been having the job. Same holds for us. If someone in the team has extremely qualified, highly capable skills, then they are anyways going to rise up and move towards higher in the corporate ladder. So if we assume that most of the people have plus minus 10-15% of skill set, it's the personalities that make a big difference. It's not just in the team, it's even in the interview process actually. Only when you're in your college and you're probably just at the entry of the career, that's when you have to do these UPSCs, NEET, IAS exams, and even maybe multiple choice aptitude questions when you start your career. But when you're starting to navigate your career at a mid-level and going towards the senior level positions, then that 1 hour of interview process or those multiple interview process, it's all evaluating your personality, your confidence, and a lot of softer skills, and not just your experience. And no one's asking you those objective MCQs at that stage. So as you can imagine, both from the peer set perspective as well as changing jobs perspective, personality plays an important role of that doubling that salary every 5 years. So let's get started with some of the points that can help you with that. And let's first start with something which is very basic, literally an hygiene factor. And in this case, I mean literally hygiene. Hygiene is in terms of body odor. It is also in terms of your appearance. People take even that simple thing as body odor so much for granted. So make some small little things, changes. Make sure that every day you check that you're wearing a fresh shirt, fresh top, you've got the right sprays, deos. Interestingly, I think the deo companies shouldn't just be promoting by saying that you can attract the opposite sex, but just probably even saying deo for protecting your career. I would even go one step further and have your signature smell, and in a positive way, I mean. Have a light perfume that you use and people can recognize every time you enter into the room, and these subconscious things make a big difference. Same goes not just on hygiene but also on appearance. If you have ragged old clothes versus very fit, nicely dressed person, imagine who will make a better impression, or at least first impressions. So take those basic minimum care on that hygiene and appearance to make sure that you're fitting in very well in the team. And the third part of, I would say, the hygiene factor of the hygiene appearance is the posture. Make sure that you're sitting, you're seeing how you're standing at work. You're not, as I would say, Vijay Dinanath Chauhan from Agnipath.
Vijay Dinanath Chauhan, Purana.
That you can be very relaxed over there. You have to make sure that you're in control of your posture. So that's one, just hygiene, appearance, posture, that as a bucket, as the very basic. The second is being an outlier. And that is, simply put, how do you stand out within a team? And that's what you have to see, that within your team, evaluate that what are the things that you can stand out. It could be in skill set. You can see that if, for example, and I mentioned in my previous video also, that You may have a language skill, which others don't. And I don't mean a technical programming language. I mean, if maybe like you're in a technical job, you have a foreign language skill. Imagine it makes you stand out. If there is a foreign assignment and you know French, then imagine who's going to be chosen over there. Similarly, it could be your flexibility, that some people may have a difficulty in terms of because of their investments in one particular city, their family, their roots, etc., that you may use your flexibility as an outlier or to stand out within the team. So try and find out every possible ways in which you can stand out subtly and not so subtly compared to your peers. Because I've been on the review promotions and on the other side to approve and review those promotions every 6 months in a year. And these things matter, that you can see that who is comparatively better than the others. So start finding those skills, those flexibility, those strengths, the experiences, even networking things that can help you stand out. Talking about networking, that is a third and a very important part of improving your personality, because networking enables you to learn and enrich yourself so much more. We spend 8 to 10 hour days, sometimes even 12 to 14-hour days with our colleagues, with our partners, with our clients. And that's almost 50% of our time in a day. And it leaves very little time for you to learn just by reading a book or by interacting with just friends. So use that 8 to 10 hours to not just be focused on your individual work, but outside that transactional work that you can do. And here are also certain simple tips and tricks that I can give. One is, everybody has lunch at work. It could be a traveling lunch, it could be an office lunch, or it could be a lunch at desk. So try and make sure that every month, at least 2 times a month, preferably once a week at least, that you're meeting someone for lunch. And because someone else is also going to be having lunch, right? Meeting them for lunch, and that person is not just part of your daily transaction. Because if you're just meeting on someone from lunch with a daily transaction, then you're ending up talking about that transaction. So it could be a client, it could be an ex-client, it could be an ex-colleague, it could be someone who's not part of your current team, it could be a manager's manager, it could be a mentor. So make sure that you're almost like a checklist, putting that, have I been doing these 2 lunches or even coffees with someone who's not in my daily transaction? Now, why this is important? Because as I mentioned earlier, that it helps you learn. It helps you get a lot more perspectives than just the team that you're working with. Second is a much more selfish one, is that the people who are meeting, if you're growing in a career, so are they. And if you are probably navigating within the organization and outside, so are they. Interestingly, in my career, in my almost 25 to 30 years of career, I think there were only 1 or 2 moments that I had a discussion just with my CV. My career roles that I changed within organizations, outside organizations, were all because of the network that I had built, and they had given a call and they say, hey, is this something that you're interested in? Or it was during those ones or those lunches or dinners, and where we expressed with each other that this is a change that I'm seeking for, or someone offering me that. So that network is the critical part of making sure that you're building your personality, but also monetizing it. The next point is linked to that same network, and that is to have that genuine interest in that network. Because yes, networking is good. People say, hey, I know it. I've been trying to do these networking for so many years. But then you have to ask yourself a question, that are you doing it like a tick in the box, or is this something that you're doing with the genuine interest? So if you're meeting someone or a group of people 2 times a month or every week, you have to ask yourself that how in that meeting will I genuinely try and understand the other person's perspective, because that's how you learn. So be genuine when you are asking them about their family, that you're genuinely interested. Be genuine about their sports interest that they may have. Be genuine in their opinion about what is going on in the politics as such, or the business landscape. Because Believe me, if you're doing it for the sake of that tick in the box, it will reflect. It will reflect in terms of your own absorption, and it will reflect to the other person also at some subconscious level. So that genuine interest is super important to make sure that you're networking properly. And the last one, which is linked towards your genuine interest as well as the network, is seek feedback. So seek feedback at a meeting level. Seek feedback about completing a milestone. Seek feedback on completing 1 month, 6 months, 1 year in a project, in a team. Seek feedback from a client. Be shameless and ask those questions. And when I say seek feedback, don't ask very open-ended questions. Just don't say, hey, how am I doing? Just give me some feedback. Ask very specific questions that, look, tell me 3 areas in which I should improve myself. Tell me 2 areas in which can I improve in the quality of work. Tell me 1 area that how I can improve my hygiene, my personal appearance, my posture. That will give 2 things. One is that that person will give you hopefully some genuine feedback because you're asking a very pinpointed question about that constructive criticism there, and it'll help you improve. And the second is that that person will be complimented that you trust them enough to ask that feedback. And as I said, if you have that genuine interest, they will also feel it that you've got the genuine interest to seek that feedback. So if you make these changes just by improving your hygiene, your posture, your appearance, by being an outlier within your peer set, by networking and reaching out to people who are not just within your team, not just within your organization, and not just your clients or your ex-clients, by being genuine towards your interests, to understand them and to get their feedback. Believe me, this is not just going to help you towards your career, not just help you towards your path to financial independence, but also help you towards your personal relationships that you may have towards friends, family, etc. I'm sure there are tens or hundreds of other aspects towards personality that can also help you. Hopefully, I'll address a few of them in upcoming videos, but these, I hope, already help you and give you some new insight. And if it did, please do like and subscribe the video. And I would love to hear your thoughts and suggestions in the comment section about what you think towards this personality improvement. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to talking to you in the next video. Till next time, till next topic, and till the next location, goodbye from me. Bye-bye.